Welcome to Alpha Proto. I'm Alpha Proto, and today we will be. Oh, that's not it. We will be. Where's my music? One of these has music, right? There it is. Okay, I'll mute that. We will be continuing the animation of. Wait, no, not the animation. We will be continuing the completion of the Batrice DDT for Blazing World Stars. Before we get to that, 19 days ago, Tiki Nagi Voice subscribed. So thank you very much.
Wait a second. A new opponent has interrupted the tournament.
That's really odd. Thank you, Tiki Nagi Voice, for subscribing. And 1 month ago, Helen Cole subscribed. I better.
Wait a second. A new opponent has interrupted the tournament.
Thank you. And 1 month ago, Maserati followed on Twitch. And Cremini Jim Jam followed on Twitch. So thank you. I'm reading the chat and stuff, so sorry if I'm not making any eye contact. My apologies. So I've been looking at my other streams, and I think I want to wear a different shirt almost every stream, because I have a whole bunch of shirts I got when I was kind of addicted to going to 24-hour websites where they have 24-hour shirts. So I would go there and I'm like, ooh, I better get this shirt before it's too late. If I don't show up and get that shirt, it's going to be gone forever. And it's, then I go to a convention and then I have retailers and booths with just selling tons of those shirts. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, I've got this Koopa Strikes Back t-shirt. It's pretty cool. I've got New Hope one and stuff. Pretty good day. I went exercising and stuff, and doing good. For dinner, well, for my meal, I ate 4 baked potatoes with leftover gravy. Well, it's potassium, dude. It's potassium. Anyway, yeah, let's work on finishing these animations. So let's do an overview of what we've done so far. Well, we had the reference, which is this animation. It had a rumble. I took the rumbling away. I figured that camera movement is done by the coder, so I would just be giving myself extra work if I added that. Then we sketched over that and added our own flourishes to the attack. And I used some other frames to follow up into the other animations, previous animations. Then I solidified the drawing some more with some yellow lines. And I went from the the 2 pixel thick red brush to a 1 pixel wide yellow brush, because in pixel art, you don't really have line thickness. It's all about being a graphic doing animations. It's really anti-aliasing that you get the differentiation of line thickness, and that's just changing the color of the lines for the most part. That's the part I really don't like doing, but that's what really takes the pixel art to the next level. Let me turn that off. Yeah, I like how I rolled them over into the get up frames. I like how he sits up into the get up. But I think that was from the... Yeah, it's a good transition. I like it. Actually, last night after I finished this, I just sat and watched this over and over and over. And Scooty, the producer, well, creator? Producer, creator? Well, the person who hired me really liked this. And I like it too. So today we're going to color this. Okay, this is BG color. Turn off this reference layer. Turn down the opacity of the BG color down to more of a grayish. Just so the black lines won't get lost. Okay, that's locked. Don't really need to, this is the sketch layer. I'll just leave it titled sketch layer. Leave that off. You know what I need? Well, I've got this palette over here. And I've got this. Anyway. Alright, we've got this first one. Let's use this color. I'm actually using the mouse right now for this. Oh yeah, make sure you have the bucket tool set to contiguous. Yo, Jeff Potts is here. Hello, Jeff Potts. This is my second day streaming this month. Last month was a wash. I didn't stream at all. Well, yeah, I did. I streamed one time for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then I made a shortened version of that stream, and it did pretty good. I should do that for people who don't have time to sit around for hours watching me. But yeah, after I did that, I was like, I guess I'll stream. And I was like, dude, I just put together a whole video. I don't want to stream now. The editing was as difficult as streaming. Actually, more difficult than streaming. It's not that it's difficult, it's just so time consuming. I felt like I had accomplished something already, so it's like, yeah, that's content. I said, yeah, I'll stream later. I never did. Wow. Notice I didn't fill in the gap here. Let me go back. Then I'll do it. Jeff Potts says, I'll probably hang out here on mute and work on my manuscript. Oh, no problem. I appreciate that. I appreciate the... There's a word for that. It's not gesture. Oh. Analytics. The lurk. Yeah, the lurk. I'll do that. Yeah, I'm probably going to do this with the mouse, most of this. Because I've got a game up. I think I've said this before, but yeah, no problem. Analytics, thank you. That's the word. I think that's the word. Retention time. Ah. Streamer words. Oh, that's no problem. I appreciate your help. You're a creative person. And you know, us creatives have to stick together. You know, you're more literary, but you have a vision, and these streams are to share our vision with other people. And I'm actually impressed by how you can not just market writing, but teach your knowledge of writing through your videos. They're not streams. I actually think that the fact that they're bite-sized videos, like, you know, I forgot, 1 to 10 minutes, 1 to 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, of just like bits of knowledge. It keeps things concise and to the point. And if someone had a question about writing, they would search on YouTube and then find your video, and then they listen to it and watch it, and they'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. So, you know, it's great for advice. Your site's a great resource. You're helping other people with the knowledge that you've gained. So, yeah. I think that makes sense. Sorry, I get wordy. I like trying to be precise and to the point with the way I speak, but sometimes I have to search for words, especially when there's a camera on you. You just kind of, it's like trying to grab words that are floating around. Oh, there it is. I usually use this eyedrop tool because I have a hard time differentiating color shades from each other. So I see this blue right here. Under most circumstances, I wouldn't know if it was this or this or this. But after I select it, it has this little arrow tab here, so I guess I can remember that it's the bottom shade of blue right here. So next time I select yellow, I could just go like this. Actually, even with this yellow, I thought this was the line color, but it's actually this. Yeah, I'm finding a lot of gaps in the line work that I can see. Yep, you're doing a good job. Good marketing. Focusing on the skill, trait. Medium. Probably work medium. ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say? But yeah, like I was saying, let's switch camera. This camera. I use a gaming mouse. And with the gaming mouse, it has buttons on the side. This one, wait, where is it? Oh, is it upside down? Oh yeah. This one's brush tool. This one's eyedropper. This one's bucket, I think. Bucket, you know, fill color. This one's upper frame, back of frame. Actually, have a lot of settings for it. I just don't really remember them all. But they help. Back forward. Okay, eraser. That's eraser. 1 is eraser. 2 is eyedrop. 3 is fill bucket. 4 is lasso. What's 5? I don't have anything set for 5. Undo. Oh. That's... You know what? I'm sitting here pressing these buttons. I'm going to mess something up. But yeah, when I cleaned up the lines yesterday, I didn't realize I had any gaps. I couldn't see them. Here. I chose this blue. Why did I choose that blue? Because when I do the shadows, I'm going to use this lasso tool. I'm just going to lasso off areas and then fill it in with this bluish green. And then for the highlights, I'll do the same thing. So it's in the middle. Same reason I chose this color, which is right here. I have to remember that. And that's the color I'm going to use for the coat. I really shouldn't bother with these small pixel size areas. I'll do that next. Or later. I'll do it last. Yeah. That's a better idea. Do it last. But yeah, it's just a habit of trying to finish something. It's actually was going to start streaming at about, I was going to stream at 9, but then I saw AMB animation was on and I had to watch the stream. I couldn't stream because I was watching someone else's stream. That's usually what happens. Uh-oh. MJ1 Media says, "Hi there, Alpha Proto. Yo, how are you tonight? I hope your day has gone well." My day has been good. It's actually been productive. Perfect balance of being able to do these streams and, you know, end up getting to eat, work out, and do some animation. Well, this isn't really animation, this is coloring right now. MJ1 Media says, "Okay, I got one more day at my current job before I move on to a new one, and I just wrapped up some grinding at Fortnite. How are you?" Yeah, good. I think this is the only art I've done today, though. That's the worst thing. I spent most of the... Yeah, I worked out... I finished artwork well, not really last night, this morning. Because I streamed pretty late, didn't I? And then I went for a walk. Then I came home and I worked out. I walked at 7 a.m. Then I worked out until like 9. And I took a shower. Then I slept until about 12:30. Then I woke up, drank some coffee, caught up on like emails and stuff. I tried to audition, but this M audio. Let me point to the sucker again. No, I can't. Anyway, this M audio preamp, it's been giving me problems. And my other one, Persona's 96 USB, it won't work. Okay, it works, but it won't. For some reason, the driver is not getting picked up. So there's an audition that I wanted to do. I got sent an audition, voice acting audition. I couldn't do it because every time I tried to use the M audio hooked up to my laptop, my voice will start talking like this. Like, you know, that's how it picks it up. And when I tried to use the other one, only thing I could do was hear myself. I could hear myself through the microphone, but the computer wasn't registering anything. So yeah, I need a new one. I need a new preamp. It's very annoying because opportunities, you know. You never know which audition is going to be the one that you land. So you try to do this. Oh, okay, here. You try to show up for the audition, especially since this is it this color? Oh, I was wrong. It was this one. Man, I forgot. It's a new this audition came from someone I knew from a studio that I work for, and I was like, oh, I've never got an audition from this person. I was like, I haven't worked for this person since we did indie projects back in 2000 and whatever, when I was going by the name U1. So if you look up fan audio dramas and stuff and someone's name U1 from back then, that was me. But yeah, I tried to take the voice acting stuff serious since I started with the hobby. I always tried to show respect and professionalism. Is it this color? I forgot. Yep, that's it. Doesn't look like it for some reason. But yeah, this could have been a situation where that professionalism back then could have paid off today. But it's an impersonation of someone I never heard of. And actually, I have a medium tone voice, but there's kind of I have a unique voice. It's hard for me to, there's certain, what's my speech patterns are kind of unique. But yeah, I have a pretty unique voice. My impersonations aren't that good unless I can overcome some speech pattern things that I got. It's like, hey, you voice act? Do some voices for me. So, well, I got characters I do, but they're my characters for the most part. Yeah, I'm not very good at using a mouse anymore. I used to be pretty good at using a mouse. Not really the case now. Wow, I did not notice I did not put this line here. I use the line tool when I. This is what I used to do when I did draw on the computer exclusively with a mouse. I used the line tool just to get straight lines. But when you do that, you make sure that you don't go like this. What you do is use multiple short ones, and that's how you get a curve. It's about 3 right there. 1, 2, 3. And it looks like a curved line, but it's actually a straight line tool. I think that's it. Yep. No, that's wrong. There we go. Once these colors are actually blocked in, the animation will read a lot better. Let's use this for the forearms. Don't know if I should use it for the feet. Let's look at. Yeah, sure. It'll work for most of it. Actually, the inside of his palms. I think they're, from what I remember, they're a different color. Kind of like me. Like right here. Fix it in post. I think that's what they call it. We'll fix it in post. Wow, I'm just forgetting about these ears. I know this is the same one, so I really don't. Yeah, I don't have to color. I'll color in one. I'll leave this one alone for now. No, this one. I'll leave this one alone for now. I'm really not sure about the bottom of this foot. I don't know if it's a different color, if there's paw pads or whatever down there. I need to look at the reference a little more. A lot more. I don't think this will take too long tonight. It won't be like yesterday. Or, it's not today. I don't know, I was streaming for quite a while. I like streaming. If I'm not streaming, it makes it... It doesn't make it difficult to work. It just feels like I'm missing an opportunity to share my art with people. That's the worst thing about like projects like animation and video games. The process takes so long that can't share it with anybody yet. It takes a while before you can share what you've been working on with people. So there's a factor of delayed gratification in it. The good thing about just drawing is it may take you about 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours. Well, just for me, drawing wouldn't take that long. Or would it? Yeah, I do those drawing and quartered streams. But it takes me about an hour to think of what I want to do. Then I run out of time. But if I was going to do a full color picture and it was just a standard pose, I could get that out of the way pretty easy. So then after you're done with a piece of art, you finish it, you post it on the internet, then you get your response. When you're working on a project, it takes so long before the actual project's done. Anything you could share just to, you know, make sure everyone knows that, hey, I'm doing something. I'm active. I'm not just, I'm not being lazy. I'm doing stuff. I just can't share it because it's not done. Not really sure what this is. I guess we'll decide later. Pretty soon. Sooner or later, we're going to figure out. Oh, wait, that's the brim of the hat. Oh, wow. That's perhaps bigger than the Grand Canyon. I didn't even see it. Well, I saw it, but by the time I saw it, my brain was already giving the signal to click on it. Not sure what that is. Is that an arm? Body. We'll figure it out. We'll decide later. Aha! Saw that. Oh, here it is. Wow. Using the mouse may not be the fastest way to do it. It's pretty comfortable though. I know when I had just a normal drawing tablet where you could sit up and just, you know, look at the screen and draw or write. It was pretty comfortable. Like, compare it to even using a piece of drawing tablet or something, you know? It was about like this compared to leaning over a desk. Yeah. Oh yeah, I made myself a animation peg bar. Really cheap one. I just got this idea all of a sudden. I was like, because I watched a guy named Akal the Warrior. I'm subscribed to his channel. And I was like, I think I might want to do some traditional hand-drawn animation again. So I got a wooden ruler. There we go. Actually, the light's pretty bright. Let me pull it back. I got a wooden ruler and some wooden dowels. Stuck them in there and glued them even and put the paper on them. And I got some printer paper and a hole puncher. And I ended up with this. Now the only thing I have to do is mount it to something. Either, and I'll probably mount it with some blue tack, sticky tack stuff. You know, stuff you put on the back of a poster to stick it to a wall. And I'll put that on the drawing board. On a, not a drawing board. Maybe it is called a drawing board. No, tablet. Or something. I'll put it on something. And then I'll be able to actually film the frames, take photos of it. I'll probably use my phone because it has a voice operation system where I could just say, don't take a picture. I can say cheese, whiskey, mochi, and when you say those words, it'll take a photo automatically. So I can have the camera set up. I'll never have to touch anything. That's the great thing about these cell phones, smartphones. I'll say that you don't have to press a button, voice activate it. So if I wanted to do stop motion animation, I just need to mount my camera, and for every do the motion of something of the figure, move the figure, and say those words, and it'll take a photo. Because every time I done animation, stop motion or whatever with a handheld camera, even if it's on a stand, it wiggles a little when you press the button, and that wiggle gets picked up. So with a voice activated phone, you don't have to buy a mount to press a button. You could just say the magic word, literally. Anyway, yeah, this is cool. Because I saw how much animation paper costs, and I saw how much the peg bars cost, and they have specifically shaped pegs. And I said, what else has specifically shaped pegs? Okay, a hole puncher has specifically shaped holes that it punches, and a ruler that you put in a binder has those same holes. So if I put wooden dowels in them that are the same size and glued them there, I could have an animation peg bar. And I may not have been the first person to think of this though. It's probably too many sheets of paper. Because it's bowing. Maybe that's a little more reasonable. Wait, now I've got this. Yeah, it kind of bows. I don't know if I got these perfectly straight in, but they're in place. And if I want it to flip, how do you flip paper? This is an impromptu, traditional motion. Okay. Guess you put your fingers between each frame and you flip this. Well, I haven't animated anything yet. So. It's been a while. I used to do this traditional animation with a camcorder 7th grade to 10th grade. Or 11th grade. And it started with flip books, you know, just 2. And then I said, hey, if I do this, I can use 2 pieces of paper and 3 and 4 and 5. And then I used the camera. It was cool. Very cool. No, it was more like 97 or 98, wasn't it? Or did I say 95 original? No, it's like 97 to 2000. Yeah, I think 97 to 2000 I was doing traditional animation with a camcorder and a videotape. I think I've shown them to you guys before. Anyway, I'm supposed to be doing this, right? But at the same time, I still want to share my stop motion animation with everybody. No, know what? Before I end the stream, I'll show some animation. Yeah, I didn't really do home videos, but I look back at the animation and in the background, I could hear my family talking and stuff. And it was pretty interesting. Because it recorded the audio too. But back to this. I just got distracted. Just that I don't know, sitting at the computer for a very long time. Not only is it uncomfortable, it's not good for you either. So, no, I do have a smaller Cintiq. It's supposed to be mobile, but this idea of mobile is being able to attach to a laptop and be able to go places with the laptop, and it's like, see, now it's mobile. It's like, ha ha ha. Very funny. Oh, shucks. Accuracy. I love the wheel on this mouse that you can zoom in and zoom out. I think most of them do that though. I need to get back into animating features, but I do enjoy doing sprite animation. I'm more experienced with it. The problem is I learned the skill after all these years because I didn't have an actual art program. I just had Microsoft Paint, and I was like, well, pixel art's the perfect thing for Microsoft Paint that I can share online, because the process of drawing on paper, scanning it, and then putting it into the computer took so long. It's like, it's done, post it. But even then, I'd be like posting it to my art to DeviantArt, and I'd say, I gotta change it. But that's the great thing about DeviantArt. They actually have an editor, unlike Twitter, where you post something and then it's got to stay that way. Alright, well, since I've got this color, I guess I'll use it for this headgear. Yeah, sure, let's use this. Maybe I should have worked with a bigger area of color than this. Not easy to see. I don't really know what that area is. It's the back of the hat. Okay, it's this brown right here. That's the color we're working with. I can't believe I missed a stomach. Let me go back to this. I missed that stomach too. But his stomach's a different color, right? I really don't remember. I'm not as familiar with the design as I should be. I'll clean that up later. I'm not really that into anthro characters. I kind of like them. I don't have a problem with them, is what I mean. Only thing I have a problem with are, like, when it comes to, like, furry stuff, is, I don't know, over-sexualization and overly cuteness. Creeps me out. Being too cute. It's almost like the same thing people have, same problem people have with clowns. You can't see the person's face, what their real emotion is, because they're wearing a big fur mask thing. You don't know what their true face is. That's the awkwardness of that furry stuff to me. Just can't trust somebody like that. Just can't trust them. They scare me. But as far as like shows like, I grew up with shows like Tailspin and Darkwing Duck, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, Goof Troop, Gummy Bears, Mighty Ducks, Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars. If I didn't say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'll say that again. The Koalas. Yeah, lots of shows with anthro. Oh, SWAT Cats. Yeah, that was an awesome show. But yeah, I grew up with those shows, so I don't have a problem with it. It's just over-sexualization of them. Mascot heads. Actually, mascots don't really bother me that much. The cutesiness bothers me. Adults doing cuteness bothers me in general. Cutesy adults disturb me a little bit. Okay, it's this color. Now, kids being cute, you know, that's fine. I expect it. Adults being cute kind of makes me feel like I don't know how to react. Yeah, I should have worked with it. I should have filled this color in for sure. The toenails, I'll do the toenails next because these pointy square things, those are the toes. It's obvious that that's what they are. Anyway, back to the Anthros talk. I like Black Sad. That's an awesome book. I downloaded the video game. I saw the first trailer and I was like, man, this voice is wrong. This is not how I imagined a voice. And I think that they hired, like, they had a guy trying to do a impersonation of Humphrey Bogart, and I was like, Humphrey Bogart's voice doesn't fit for Black Sad. It just sounds like it doesn't fit the character. And then they got Michael Madison. I think they got Michael Madison to do the voice of Black Sad, the detective, and it fit. I was like, yes, this is it. That's the perfect voice. I'm really critical of voices because of the Dragon Ball Z situation that I grew up with. Like, I grew up with Ocean Group cast, and they switched voices, and it wasn't it. And I learned a lot of things. It's like good or bad. First impressions die hard. So if I would have started off with Funimation voices over Ocean Group voices in Vancouver or British Columbia or whatever, I wouldn't have a problem with their voices, but they replaced seasoned veterans, basically, with people who just applied for the job and showed up in a ad, you know? And while they got better, though, so my biasness against them, it went away, especially after Dragon Ball Z Kai, because by the time they made that, they had about 9 years of experience voicing those characters. And in the end, when it comes to Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, English voices, Funimation's actors have spent more time with those characters consistently for the past 22 years, because it started in like 2000 or 99. I rounded off to 2000 though, but they've been playing the characters consistently for 20 years. Even Ocean Group couldn't do that. Ocean Group started in 97, and they lost syndication and moved in about 97 to 99. So it's like 3 years they did the voices, and then when they came back overseas, most of the actors had retired or left. But even during the first run of the Ocean Group voice cast, that was first 72 episodes. I don't know why I got 72. That's just a round number. It's not a round number. It's just a number that pops into my mind. They lost Goku. They lost Ian Corlett. So right there, boom. That's inconsistency in the voices. As far as Funimation goes, the parts that have like, Funimation Dragon Ball Z Kai got new voices. So you got a new Gohan. So that was a little bit jarring, but I think people adjusted to Colleen Klinkenbeard pretty fast. And since on the first run, Chris Sabat did a whole bunch of the voice. He basically played most of the Ginyu Force by himself. And in Kai, he let some other people have some roles right there. He still stayed as Raccoon, but he gave up Jace. I think Jace went to Vic Mignogna. But then when he was ousted from Funimation, Sabat was able to play Jace again. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fill in the color for this belt next. Sorry, I get on. It's not even a rant. It's more like not a diatribe, a detour. It's the same color, right? Yeah, it's this one right here. Yeah, I wasn't gonna fill in this belt until later, but actually, Okay, I was gonna draw this in, but we can do that later. Hey, it's Trap Productions. He says, "How are you doing tonight, Mr. Trap?" I'm doing pretty good. This late night streaming, I can deal with this. It's not bad. Late night streaming is not bad at all. I make sure I eat dinner, catch up on mail. Yeah, I don't like competing with prime time, like 7 p.m. No, there's always someone streaming or something happening. So yeah, prime time. No, I don't want to stream at prime time. Noon. I don't feel like any. I think people are around at noon, but I don't know. At noon, I feel like I should get stuff done around the house when there's daylight, or go shopping or stuff, you know? So it's hard to stream at noon for me. Afternoon, ideally probably 3 p.m. till 7 would be a good time. But there's always... No, I eat. I have to cook dinner. I have to cook. And it takes me hours to cook. Unless I just eat something simple. Like today I ate baked potatoes. 4 potatoes with gravy. That was my dinner. And the gravy was left over from some pot roast. All the meat was gone from the pot roast, but there were a bunch of gravy, and I'm like, sure, I'll eat this gravy with some potatoes. But yeah, right now I'm coloring in this animation. This line art that I did yesterday night. So I'm 2-day hype. Consistency. I'm happy about that. I'm not too tired. I took some vitamins about... I know you're supposed to take them after you eat, but I ate. I've been trying to intermittent fast by eating at about 6 or 7 p.m. And I heard that coffee doesn't break your fasting unless it has sugar in it. Or, I know they said you could drink black coffee or tea. So I drink black coffee. No, I don't. I don't drink black coffee. I do drink the coffee, though. But I use it more as like a meal replacement, like Slim Fast. Oh, the stomach would be here. Oh, we'll clear this up in a moment. Okay, that's pretty good. But anyway, yeah, how you doing? Oh, it says, glad it's working out for you. I think so. My sleep schedule's kind of jacked up, though. I didn't go to sleep until like 9 a.m. and I woke up at 12:30 p.m. 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. So like 4 hours of sleep. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's a successful guy. He said, I'm trying to quote him. No one needs over 4 hours of sleep, otherwise you're just wasting time. I was like, I don't know about that, but okay, sure. But if you have a lot of stuff to get done, sure, I understand that. But as far as like recovery for your body and stuff, if I could go to sleep right after I finish streaming, that'd be great, but I never feel like I'm finished. It's really odd feeling when you're laying in bed trying to go to sleep and you can't, and you just feel like there's something to be done. This Sharp Production says, I'm doing good. Had a fun live stream earlier today with the Grande Gamer. Okay. Needed to rest my back after that. Now I'm good to maybe do something creative. Yes. Creativity. Creativity is better than being creative with your spare time, or what your time in general is better than being recreational with it. I actually do feel guilty if I take the time to watch a movie and I haven't done anything that day. Like before I watch a movie or play a video game or something, I have to make sure that I accomplished something creative already. Otherwise, I'm just thinking, man, I could be making something right now. And there's people expecting things from me. I could be working on that Hyper Dragon Ball Z character. I could be writing this comic book. I could be... One thing I do is I watch YouTube videos on how to learn stuff, but usually I just watch people make stuff. That's usually my entertainment, is watching live streams of people make things. Or drawing streams or something. It's like, I get the same enjoyment of actually drawing from from watching people draw. Which is weird. Same thing with video games. I don't need to play the game. I get the same experience from watching other people. I didn't learn that until recently. Another thing I learned, I like watching my live streams back. I had to edit the start out of my video because most of my videos, I have to edit the start out. The first, where it says starting soon, I try to edit that part out. And I start watching my video, and I'm listening to myself like I've never heard myself before, and it's like, yeah, he's making good points. This guy knows what he's talking about. Well, I'm going to subscribe to him. Am I subscribed to myself? I don't know. Maybe. Possible. Oh, Helen Cole. Helen Cole. Hello, Cole. Hello, Helen Cole. Hello, Helen. Hello, Helen. See, that's hard to say. That's a tongue twister right there. Hi, Helen. That's easier to say. Hi, Helen. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Oh, wow. Let me go back. Yeah, I'm coloring this big guy in. If you watch my stream from yesterday, I did I refined the line art. And now I'm coloring it in. This Trap Production says you just need to slow it down a little bit there, Mr. Proto. Yeah, but when I talk, it's like stream of consciousness. It's the words coming out. I try to think about what I'm going to say, but then I just say it. So I try to take my time. That's why their son stops. I'm trying to be confident in what I'm going to say before it comes out. But yeah, I get really excited. It's the same thing with my voice acting. When I'm reading something, if I start speaking really slow, it doesn't sound natural to me because I naturally don't speak slow. I sound like I'm about to fall asleep. Okay, right now I will attempt to talk at a normal pace, like most people do. I am not sure if this bear has toes here or if it's just claws. Are they toenails or are they talons? I am not sure. It's Trap Productions. Oh, it's a Trap Productions said. Good to hear. My very nervous friend is glad to have more people show up here. Right now, I would have said about 4 sentences to respond to that comment that I read, which feels like 20 minutes ago. I may be nervous. It seems more like anxiety. I may be very anxious. That's another thing I notice about talking slower. I start enunciating my words a lot more, so they get sloppy and slobbery. I'm not sure what that is. Is this part of the foot? Or is it part of the leg? Is it the cuffed up pants? I don't know. Another thing about speaking slower is I feel like I'm making people wait to hear what I have to say when I just want to say it. Oh, this bear has too many fingers. It's a trap production says, that's it, I'm leaving. I'm sorry to see you go, but I hope you enjoy the rest of the night, Mr. Trap. Alright, let's see how this animation is going as it's flowing. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this bear's stomach is a different color than the rest of his food. We are going to have to do something about that. I drop 2. Huh? So, this bear has a tuft of hair. You could say it's a mane, even, just like a lion, that goes down from his head, down to his chest, around his neck and his collarbone. And when he leans over, it goes down a little farther. Now, when I started my animation, it stops. There's no stomach showing. So, there we go. There we go. Here we go again. There it is. There it is. I don't know if it's just soft underbelly that's white, or if it's his whole midsection because he's wearing a coat. But I will assume. I don't know, speaking slower changes my whole attitude. I sound a little conceited. I don't like it. But it's how people speak. Speak like a normal person. Oh, this track is Merciless Brutality by Wizzy Whip It Wonderful. Final arrangement. The thumbnail shows the It shows the Saiyan Cumber from Dragon Ball Super Heroes. Dragon Ball Super Heroes. Is that the name of that? Anyway, and it shows Broly. So, wow. Helen Cole says, wow, you have a lot done already. How long does it take to animate that long of a segment? That is a very good question, Helen. You see, I started... Wow. Yesterday... Okay, my first stream... I think that was a 4-hour stream, and that was me following this reference and drawing, sketching over using the reference. And yesterday was around, it rounds out to about 4 hours yesterday, just cleaning up these sketches into the lines I'm working with now. And I've been coloring for about an hour. Once these colors are done, I'm gonna have, well, I'm gonna have to shade after I do these color fills. I don't know. Was my first stream that long? I'm actually gonna look. How long was that first stream I did for this move? Okay, 3 weeks ago. It was 257. That's what it rounded out to. So that was 3 hours. Cleaning up the lines was 4 hours. Oh, okay. 7 hours. So far I put, including this stream, I put 8 hours into this. So now I'm guessing how long it'll take me to finish. Not just doing these color flats like I'm doing now, but then shading and then cleaning up the lines. That would be maybe another 4 hours. This will probably take 12 hours. Yeah, I'm guessing 12 hours. This is what I have so far with the reference. Clint Cole says, that's really cool. I've not done much animation, so I don't know much about it. It's fun. It's fun, but it's a skill in itself. Apart from drawing and coloring and filmmaking and all that stuff, it's a combination of everything. Because if you know how to draw, that doesn't mean you can animate. And if you can animate, well, nowadays you don't need to know how to draw to animate, depending on what you're doing. But if you want to do traditional animation, you need to know how to draw. When it comes to traditional 2D, I watch AMB Animation, and he's a master of it. I struggle at things, but in the stream that he did today, and he usually does, he said, do the sketch. But he uses basic shapes. This is way too complete. Really. If I didn't have this reference, I would have used basic shapes and just sketched out the motions, but I had the reference to guide me. So I just went ahead and drew. And then I added in the details yesterday. But this will work. This will work. Okay, I'm going to color in this hat. It's interesting because the front half of the hat is this color and the back half is this color. That's the shade. So, all right. I think I'll color it with the shade color, and then I'll lasso in the other color. But yeah, best thing to do with animation is the best process for 2D hand-drawn animation is, according to, you know, the experts like AMB animation, is to sketch out the motion and then finalize later. Just make sure you get the motions and the acting and the performance right, then finish. Because when you do the cleanups, well, I've noticed that when I do cleanups, everything goes, the drawing falls into place really fast. Uh-oh. So what do we have? Love it when a plan comes together. I guess that's another side of his coat, so I better... Where's his arm, though? Let me look at the reference. Huh. Huh. I don't know. Is it his coat? Would it be his coat? Interesting. Okay, so looking at the reference, he has no shirt or sleeve, so this is his bicep. This is arm and his bicep, the other one. So if he had a sleeve, it'd be right there. So right. I didn't draw the collar. Wait, this is collar. No collar here. I guess this would be the collar. Alright, here's the coat. Sleeve, arm. Alright, that came together. I guess that would be a sleeve. Well, to about. Here. Alright, this is the back collar. I couldn't tell before. This is the back of the head. Yeah, this is missing the back collar. Oh, it's about to turn midnight. Wow. My watch is 2 minutes fast. Okay, the brim of the hat. What color that is. I do everything in phases, like just for consistency, so I won't miss something. I did the same thing for Blazing Strike. If you watch those streams, I was finishing stuff up, finishing animations, cleaning them, just to make sure that there was continuity between all the images. I'd work on one part of the image at a time. Not really, well, one part of the animation. It's not really one image. It's a lot of them. This Trap Production says, "You do your job well, Mr. Proto. Thank you very much. It's not an easy job." I could be better. But of the things I do them well. Yeah, I guess that's what you're saying. Pretty much. There's room for improvement. I'm good at pixel art, but when it comes to animation, I wish I would. No, I don't want to wish I'm better. I have a ways to go. I will learn. I will get better. I just need to dedicate the time to it. I'm benefiting from shortcuts at the moment. Not knowledge. Well, it's some knowledge, but it's shortcuts. Okay, these are the goggles. Where's the brim of the hat? It just disappears. And there are the goggles. Well, that's... I don't know. I'll fix that in post. I'll fix that later. I'll make this look more like this. Later. Not now. Later. Maybe not even this stream. Just later. But yeah, I actually bought into the AMB animation library a few years ago. And that's around the time I actually started really focusing on this sprite animation stuff. And I was actually getting work with it. No, I wasn't. I started working on Hyper Dragon Ball Z, so I started focusing on my animation. I wanted to get better, but my focus went to finishing things instead of learning things. So I just went with the knowledge I had from school. Because I've taken animation classes, but I think that AMB's program would really take me to another level. I just need to sit down and do the training. I think I want to fill in these buttons. Oh, these buttons are the same color as... Same color as... Flight? It's not the hat. The goggles, flight hat? What's a flight hat? I don't know what that's called. So I'll call it a skull cap. Yeah, gaming mouse is pretty good for pixel art animation. Pixel art animation. Not, I don't think it would serve anyone that great to use a gaming mouse for just sprite work. But if you want to be able to flip through pages with one hand, with you know, not even with one hand, with your thumb, the ease of thumb movement. It's really good. But again, you can use a keyboard doing the same thing. I could be using my keyboard shortcut keys. Yeah, this arm's just chilling. It's not doing nothing. If I was drawing on the actual tablet screen, I would be leaning. What? Man. Not really. Well, I'm kind of slumped in my chair. Oh, I'd be leaning over, and I used this hand to hold myself in my chair, I guess. Let's see. It's been a while. So, no, I wouldn't. This hand would be on the keyboard, which is like on a table over my lap. And this would be over here. And my elbow is kind of floating in the air. It's not sitting on anything. Usually when I'm drawing, my elbow rests on the table, but there's no table here. Oh shucks, what I just did. Alright, listen. Back to the drawing board. See, that's the thing. Now my left hand's gonna have to press all these shortcut buttons. I was doing all that without shortcut buttons. What? With the mouse. Mouse is shortcut buttons, and now I've got to actually go to... I changed the R button to left, going back a frame, and I turned T to going up a frame, and G is the fill button. F is the... What is F? The pencil tool. So I've got pencil, and then there's shortcuts on the actual pen. This is the eyedrop tool and the pencil tool right here. If I can choose the color, yeah, I choose the color with the eyedrop tool back here, and then I turn it into a pencil again right here. That way I won't have to keep going over here. And that's how I do it. This might actually be faster because it's more accurate. That was just more comfortable for me. But if I couldn't afford a tablet and I wanted to exclusively do pixel animation, yeah, I would get a gaming mouse that's programmable. 12 button gaming mouse. I've got a Red Dragon gaming mouse. That's what it is. I was about to show what kind it is. It's Red Dragon. That's enough. 12 buttons. Attack. Is it working? Stay out of trouble.